Lesson number 5. Today we'll learn about the structure of interrogative cum negative sentences. I mean, sawaliya manfi jumle. And then we'll learn how to introduce ourselves in Urdu. But before we start the new lesson, let's recap the previous lesson. In the previous lesson, we have learned that there are two kinds of interrogative sentence. First, the sentence which starts with question words like what, where, who, etc. And its structure will be subject plus predicate plus question word plus tense. For example, आप कैसे हैं? And the second interrogative sentence which starts with helping verbs like is, are, am, was, were, etc. In this case, in Urdu will follow the following structure, and the structure is kiya plus subject plus predicate plus tense. Once again, kiya plus subject plus predicate plus tense. For example, क्या आप दफ्तर में हैं? We also learned that there are three signs or helping verbs of future in Urdu language, and they are ga, gi, ge. Ga, gi, ge. However, we will divide them into following parts: hoga, ho, ga, hoga, hogi, ho, gi, hogi, honge, hong, ge, honge, hongi, hong, gi, hongi, hoge, ho, ge, hoge, honga, hong, ga, honga, hongi, hong, gi, hongi. So the first one is hoga. We use hoga with male singular, while we use hogi with female singular. And the third one is honge. We use honge for three meanings. First, we use honge with male plural. Likewise, we use honge with the singular male to give respect, as well as we use with aap or aap sab or aap log when we use it with male. And the fourth one is hongi. We use hongi for three meanings as well. So the first one is we use hongi with female plural. The second one is we use hongi with female singular to give respect. And the third one is we use hongi with aap or aap sab or aap log when you use it with female. And now we'll talk about hoge. We use hoge with tum singular, which means you, and tum sab or tum log for plural, which means you all. And now we'll talk about hunga. Hunga is always used with main for male. And the last one is hongi. When a female talks and says main, at that time she will say hongi. Now we are going to match the exercise of the past lesson. If you did not do the homework yet, please do it so that you can check your progress.
Okay guys, so now we are going to do the exercise, and I am sure that you have completed the homework. And the homework is related to lesson number 4, in which we discuss about future and interrogative sentences. Okay, so let's start. And the structure was, first of all, we will say subject, then predicate, then question word, and then tense. And this is the first structure of interrogative sentences, right? So the first sentence was, where is the pen? Where is the pen? So we will say in Urdu, qalam kahan hai? Qalam kahan hai? Okay, so here the structure is subject plus predicate plus question word plus tense. So we have followed the same thing. Subject, you can see qalam, qalam subject, and actually there is no predicate. That is why we do not say any, means not applicable. So here we do not say anything. Then question word means kahan, and then tense hai. Okay, so where is the pen means qalam kahan hai? Qalam kahan hai? So here we have followed the same structure. Okay, subject, predicate, question plus tense. subject, there is no predicate, that is why we did not say. Then question word, then tense. And here the word qalam, it is male singular, that is why we have told here hai. Okay, and the sentence is actually in present. Okay, where is the pen? Qalam kahan hai? Okay, all the you can see here that we have written here future, but sentence is in present. Why? Because we are doing the practice of here actually interrogative sentence, because all the sentences of interrogative not in future only, we can also use in present or past. That is why we are doing the practice of the structure. Okay, so interrogative sentence future, because the lesson was about future and interrogative sentences, and that is why we have written this. Okay, so do not be confused, please. Okay, so where is the pen in Urdu? How will you say? You will say qalam kahan hai? Qalam kahan hai? And the next sentence is, where was the car on the road? Where was the car on the road? So here in Urdu we will say कार सड़क पर कहाँ थी? कार सड़क पर कहाँ थी? Okay, so here subject car, you can see here car, then predicate being on the road, sadak par, and then question word kaha, and then tense thi. Okay, again we have followed the structure of this. Okay, this is not future, but this is in the past. So where was the car on the road means car sadak par kaha thi? Car sadak par kaha thi? Okay, and the word car, this is used as female thing in Urdu. That is why we have told here thi. Okay, so car sadak par kahan thi? Okay guys, so you can see here that subject car, then predicate being on the road, sadak par, then question word, and then tense thi. So where was the car on the road means car sadak par kahan thi? Here I want to tell one more thing, that maybe in the exercise or maybe in the example you find some sentences which seem to be awkward. For example, where was the car on the road? You may think that what kind of sentence this is, but do not worry. It may be awkward because we are using single. If we use these sentences in our talk, then it will be good or it will be right. For example, you are talking with someone that where was your car? I could not see. Where was the car on the road? I could not see. Okay, so the person says, no, my car was on the same road, or my car was on the road, but you are telling, where was the car on the road? I could not see your car there. So at that time you will see that this is right sentence. Okay, I'm saying because many people ask me that what kind of sentence this is, where was the car on the road? But do not worry, this is used when we talk. Okay, so we are doing the practice of interrogative sentence. So here we will say, where was the car on the road? कार सड़क पर कहाँ थी? कार सड़क पर कहाँ थी? And the next sentence is, where will be the keys? Where will be the keys? So here we will say, चाबियाँ कहाँ होंगी? चाबियाँ कहाँ होंगी? Okay, here we have used होंगी. होंगी. Why? Because of future. And the word chabiyan, it is used as female thing. That is why we have told here hongi. Okay, so where will be the keys? Chabiyan, plural here, kahan hongi. So subject, you can see subject, and there is no predicate actually. That is why we do not say any predicate here. And then question word kahan, and then tense, I mean sign of tense, future hongi. Okay, here we have used hongi because of plural chabiyan, not hogi. If subject is singular, in this case we will say hogi, and because of chabiyan plural keys, we have used here hongi. Hongi. Okay, so where will be the keys? Chabiyan kahan hongi, with n, and with singular hogi without n. Okay, so chabiyan kahan hongi. And the next sentence is, who will be in the office? Who will be in the office? So in this case we will say, दफ्तर में कौन होगा? दफ्तर में कौन होगा? So actually there is no subject, that is why we did not say here. So दफ्तर में, being in the office, this is predicate दफ्तर में, and then question word kaun in the meaning of who, and hoga sign of tense. And the word kaun, it has been used here in general context. Okay, that is why we have used here hoga. If we talk about a female, or if we talk about the context of female, in this case we will say daftar mein kaun hogi. Okay, but in this sentence is in general, or we have used this sentence generally or in general context. That is why we have used here hoga. Okay, so whenever we use the word kaun in a general context, in this case we will always use hoga. But if you talk, or if you say this sentence in context of female, in this case we will say hogi. Okay, so who will be in the office means daftar mein kaun hoga. Daftar mein kaun hoga in general context, and in a female context we will say daftar mein kaun hogi. Okay, so who will be in the office? दफ्तर में कौन होगा, दफ्तर में कौन होगा. And the next sentence is when will the teacher be in the office? When will the teacher be in the office? So how will you say? We will say उस्ताद दफ्तर में कब होंगे. उस्ताद दफ्तर में कब होंगे. So here subject, you can see ustad subject, and predicate being in the office daftar mein, then question word, we have used here question word, and then tense honge. So here we have used ustad honge because ustad, it is singular male, and it has been used in the context of respect, as we always respect our teacher, right? So that is why we have used honge with male singular. But if you use teacher in the meaning of female, lady teacher, in this case you will say ustani. Ustani, you will change ustad into ustani. Okay, ustani daftar mein kab hongi. Hongi. Okay, yeah, you will change ge into gi. So when will the teacher be in the office? How will you say? We will say उस्ताद दफ्तर में कब होंगे. उस्ताद दफ्तर में कब होंगे. Okay, and the next sentence is where was the mom yesterday? Where was the mom, or where was mom yesterday? So how will you say? We will say अम्मी कल कहाँ थी. अम्मी कल कहाँ थी. Okay, so where was the mom, or where was mom yesterday? Subject, we have used subject ammi, and predicate, there is no actually predicate. Kal is not predicate, this is related to adverb. Okay, so ammi kal, then question word kaha, and then thi. So here this sentence is in the past, and ammi, she is female and respected, that is why we have told here thi. Okay, so where was mom yesterday? How will you say in Urdu? In Urdu we will say ammi kal kaha thi. अम्मी कल कहाँ थी. अम्मी कल कहाँ थी. Okay, and the next sentence is when will be the meeting. When will be the meeting. So how will you say in Urdu? We will say meeting kab hogi. Meeting kab hogi. Okay, so this sentence is in future, and the word meeting, this is used as female thing, that is why we have told here hogi. Okay, as we have learned in the grammar part that with female in future we will use gi. Okay, so when will be the meeting means meeting kab hogi. Meeting kab hogi. So subject, meeting, subject, and there is no predicate, that is why we do not say here. Question word kab, here we have used kab, tense hogi. Okay guys, so when will be the meeting means meeting kab hogi. Meeting kab hogi. And the next sentence is when will you be in the class. When will you be in the class. So how will you say in Urdu? In Urdu we will say in three ways. First, formal way. So here we will say आप दरसगाह में कब होंगे, with male. Okay, आप दरसगाह में कब होंगे. आप दरसगाह में कब होंगे, with a female, formal way. आप दरसगाह में कब होंगी. होंगी. Okay, so when will you be in the office? How will you say? You will say आप दरसगाह में कब होंगे और होंगी. And informal way we will say तुम दरसगाह में कब होगे. तुम दरसगाह में कब होगे. Okay, so here because of tum we have used hoge, and we have learned in the future that with tum you always use hoge with male and female both. Okay, so tum hoge. So tum darsgah mein kab hoge. Okay, and with friends, with very close friend, how will you say? You will say tu darsgah mein kab hoga as a male. I mean when the subject is male, tu. And if she is female, we will say तू दरसगाह में कब होगी. तू दरसगाह में कब होगी. Okay guys, so when will you be in the class? We will use 3 sentences in Urdu according to the context. So here we will say आप दरसगाह में कब होंगे और होंगी. We can say तुम दरसगाह में कब होगे, or we can say तू दरसगाह में कब होगा और होगी. And we have followed here the same structure: subject, then predicate, then question word, and then tense, I mean sign of tense. And this sentence is in future, that is why we have used here hoga, hogi, hoge. Okay, and the next sentence is where is Zaid. Where is Zaid? So here we will say Zaid kahan hai. Zaid kahan hai. You can see here this sentence is interrogative, subject, predicate, question word, tense. So Zaid, this is subject. Zaid, there is no predicate, that is why we do not say here. And then question word kahan, and then tense hai. Okay, so Zaid kahan hai means where is Zaid. We have followed the same structure: subject, subject, and then predicate. There is no predicate, that is why we deleted it. And then here question word kahan, and then tense hai. And because the word Zaid is singular, that is why he have used here hai. Okay, and this sentence is in present. And the next sentence is will you be at the party. And this is the next structure, because in interrogative sentences we have learned 2 kinds of structure. First we start with subject and then predicate, then question word, right? But when the sentence starts with helping verb will, is, rm, in this case we will follow the structure of kya, then subject, then predicate, then tense, right? So because this sentence starts with helping verb, that is why we have changed the structure a little bit, and we will say kya, then subject, then predicate, then tense. So will you be at the party? If you want to say this sentence in Urdu, we will say क्या आप पार्टी में होंगे. क्या आप पार्टी में होंगे. Okay guys, so you can see here क्या, and then subject, and then predicate party में, the party, then tense होंगे. And here we have used only one way, क्या आप पार्टी में होंगे. With a female you will say क्या आप पार्टी में होंगी, right? And with तुम you will say क्या तुम पार्टी में होगे. क्या तुम पार्टी में होगे without n. Okay, and with tu you will say क्या तू पार्टी में होगा with male, and with female क्या तू पार्टी में होगी. You will just change होंगे into होगा and होगी according to the subject, and we have learned this in details, right? So will you be at the party? We will say क्या आप पार्टी में होंगे, formal way, क्या आप पार्टी में होंगे. Okay, and you can see here that we have started this sentence with kya, because this sentence starts with helping of first will, right? And the next sentence is are you okay today. Are you okay today? So how will you say? We will say क्या आप आज ठीक हैं. क्या आप आज ठीक हैं. So here this sentence starts with question word, that is why we have changed the pattern a little bit, and we will start with kya. Okay, so you can see here kya, and then subject aap, आज ठीक, being well today, related to predicate. Okay, आज ठीक and hai sign of tense, because this sentence is in present, right? Are you okay today? So how will you say? We will say क्या आप आज ठीक हैं. and here we have used aap, that is why we told here hain. We can say here kya aap aaj theek ho as well. We can change hain into ho, because with aap we can use both hain and ho. Okay, so are you okay today? How will you say? We will say kya aap aaj theek hain, informal way. But if you want to say the same sentence in an informal way, we will say kya tum aaj theek ho. We will change hai into ho, because with tum we will use ho. Okay, so kya aap aaj theek hain, and informal way kya tum aaj theek ho. And with a close friend or with anger we will say kya tu aaj theek hai, because with tu we use as a singular, that is why we told here hai. Okay, so kya aaj tu theek hai without an, kya tu aaj theek hai. Okay, so this will be the pattern. So are you okay? We can use in three ways. First, formal way kya aap aaj theek hain, with male and female both. And informal way we will say kya tum aaj theek ho, with male and female. And with anger or with close friend we will say kya tu aaj theek hai, kya tu aaj theek hai. We will change hai into hai. Okay, and the next sentence is Zishan here? Is Zishan here? How will you say? We will say kya Zishan yahan hai, kya Zishan yahan hai. So this sentence starts with helping verb, that is why we will follow the structure of kya, then subject, then predicate, and then tense. Okay, so is Zishan here means kya Zishan yahan hai, and Zishan is singular, that is why we have used here hai. But if you want to give respect, you will say kya Zishan yahan hai with n, hai. Okay, so is Zishan here? How will you say? We will say kya Zishan yahan hai, kya Zishan yahan hai. Okay guys, and the next sentence is everything okay? Is everything okay? How will you say? We will say kya sab theek hai, kya sab theek hai. So here this sentence starts with the helping verb, that is why we have followed the structure of kya, then subject, then predicate, then tense. Okay, so kya you can see here, then subject you can see here, subject, sub, because you are talking about everything, and predicate theek, and tense hai. So kya sab theek thak hai, it means is everything okay. And the next sentence is are we doctors? Are we doctors? So how will you say? We will say kya hum sab doctor hain, kya hum sab doctor hain, kya hum sab doctor hain. Okay, so are we doctors means kya hum sab doctor hain. So as you can see here that this sentence start with helping verb first, that is why we told here kya, then subject, then predicate, then tense. So kya you can see here kya, then subject hum sab, then predicate being doctor, doctor, and hai sign of tense. And because the word hum sab plural, that is why we have told here hai. Okay guys, so are we doctors? Kya hum sab doctor hain? If you are female, we will say kya hum sab doctorni hain. You will change doctor into doctorni hain and hai. Okay, so are we doctors? Kya hum sab doctor hain or doctorni hain? We can see that this sentence, are we doctors? You may think that where we will use this, but we use this in our sentences. For example, you are going to somewhere and you find a patient, and then you started telling the medicine everything, but you are not a doctor. So in this case your friend says, are we doctors? We are telling these things. So in this case this sentence will be in used, right? But if we only think about are we doctors, then we may think that where should I use this? But this sentence is used in our daily talks. Okay guys, so this is the homework, and I hope that it was clear for you all.
And now the today's lesson. Today we'll learn about the structure of interrogative cum negative sentences. I mean, sawaliya manfi jumle. And then we'll learn how to introduce ourselves in Urdu. But before we start the lesson, we must know what does interrogative cum negative mean. In Urdu, an interrogative cum negative sentence, interrogative negative sentence is called as sawaliya wa manfi jumla. An interrogative negative sentence means that the sentence that has a question and a negative word in it. For example, why are you not in the playground? Are you not okay? Etc. In the previous lesson, we learned that there are two kinds of interrogative sentences. First, the sentence which starts with question words like what, were, who, etc. And the second one, which starts with the helping verbs like is, am, are, was, were, etc. For example, are you there in the office? Is everything okay? Etc. The same kinds will be in the interrogative cum negative sentences. In this way, we will say that there are two kinds of interrogative cum negative sentences in Urdu. First, the sentence which starts with questions word like what, where, who, whom, etc. In this case, the structure for interrogative cum negative sentence in Urdu will be as follows: subject plus predicate plus question word plus nahi plus tense. Once again, subject plus predicate plus question word plus nahi plus tense. For example, आप दफ्तर में क्यों नहीं हैं? आप दफ्तर में क्यों नहीं हैं? आप दफ्तर में क्यों नहीं हैं? Why are you not in the office? And the next example is, मैं पार्टी में कब नहीं था? मैं पार्टी में कब नहीं था? मैं पार्टी में कब नहीं था? When was I not at the party? And the second one is the sentence which starts with helping verbs like is, are, am, was, were, etc. In this case, the interrogative cum negative sentence in Urdu will be as follows: क्या plus subject plus predicate plus नहीं plus tense. Once again, क्या plus subject plus predicate plus नहीं plus tense. For example, क्या आप आजकल ठीक नहीं हैं? क्या आप आजकल ठीक नहीं हैं? क्या आप आजकल ठीक नहीं हैं? Are you not okay nowadays? Dear students, what we learned till now is that there are two kinds of interrogative cum negative sentences in Urdu. So the first one, which starts with the question words, and in this case, the structure for interrogative cum negative sentence in Urdu will be as follow: subject plus predicate plus question word plus nahi plus tense. And the second one, which starts with helping verbs like is, am, are, etc. And in this case, the interrogative cum negative structure in Urdu will be as follows: क्या plus subject plus predicate plus nahi plus tense. I hope you understood till here. And now we'll learn how to introduce ourselves in Urdu language. In Urdu language, we introduce ourselves as follow. So, to say my name is, we speak in Urdu, मेरा नाम ... and then है. मेरा नाम है. मेरा नाम है. For example, you will say, my name is Khalid. Then you will say in Urdu, मेरा नाम Khalid है. My name is Khalid. मेरा नाम Khalid है. And to say my father name is, you will speak in Urdu, मेरे वालिद का नाम है. Or मेरे अब्बू का नाम है. For example, if you say, my father name is Abdullah. To say my father name is Abdullah in Urdu, you will speak मेरे वालिद का नाम अब्दुल्ला है और मेरे अब्बू का नाम अब्दुल्ला है. And to say I'm from and then place name, you will say मैं से हूँ. For example, I'm from India or I'm from Pakistan. So you will say मैं हिंदुस्तान से हूँ. I'm from India. मैं हिंदुस्तान से हूँ. And to say I'm from Pakistan, you will say मैं पाकिस्तान से हूँ. मैं पाकिस्तान से हूँ. And likewise, if you want to say I'm a and then doctor or engineer or writer, etc. For example, if you say I'm a teacher, मैं एक मुअल्लिम हूँ. I'm a teacher. मैं एक मुअल्लिम हूँ. So I am a मैं एक हूँ. Teacher, मुअल्लिम. I am a teacher. मैं एक मुअल्लिम हूँ. And to say my favorite game is, you will speak the same in Urdu. मेरा पसंदीदा खेल and then है. My favorite game is cricket. मेरा पसंदीदा खेल cricket है. My favorite game, मेरा पसंदीदा खेल, मेरा पसंदीदा खेल is cricket. Cricket है. My favorite game is cricket. मेरा पसंदीदा खेल cricket है. Likewise, my favorite dish is, मेरी पसंदीदा dish है. You will add the name of the dish before है. My favorite dish is, मेरी पसंदीदा dish है. My favorite dish is biryani. मेरी पसंदीदा dish biryani है. And like this, if you want to say my favorite color is, मेरा पसंदीदा रंग है. My favorite color is black. मेरा पसंदीदा रंग काला है. काला है. मेरा पसंदीदा रंग काला है. My favorite, मेरा पसंदीदा color रंग is black. काला है. मेरा पसंदीदा रंग काला है. And if you want to say my hobby is, you will speak मेरा मशगला है. मेरा मशगला है. My hobby is reading books. मेरा मशगला किताबें पढ़ना है. मेरा मशगला किताबें पढ़ना है. My hobby is reading books. मेरा मशगला किताबें पढ़ना है. Dear students, this is how we introduce ourselves in Urdu. Now you stop here and you will not know any vocabulary, as in the introduction part we have learned many new words, new vocabularies, and these are enough for today. And now we learn daily used sentences. And in this segment we will learn some important sentences for our daily uses. So let us start. When someone is doing party, we will wish him as follow. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. Have a good party. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. जी भरकर पार्टी करें. Have a good party. Likewise, मज़े करें. मज़े करें. मज़े करें. मज़े करें. मज़े करें. Enjoy your party. And likewise, when someone goes on a journey, at that time we will wish him as follow. खुदा सफ़र आसान करे. खुदा सफ़र आसान करे. Have a safe journey or have a happy journey. Likewise, खुदा आपको बआसानी पहुँचाए. खुदा आपको बआसानी पहुँचाए. खुदा आपको बआसानी बआसानी पहुँचाए. खुदा आपको बआसानी पहुँचाए. May you reach safely. And now the exercise time. We have learned many different things till now. And now it's time to do the exercise. So get ready and use the following sentences in Urdu according to the given structure. So we have two structure in this exercise. The first one is subject plus predicate plus question word plus nahi and then tense. Subject, predicate, question word, nahi, and tense. And the second structure is kya plus subject plus predicate plus nahi and then tense. Kya, subject, predicate, nahi and tense. And now the English sentences. When was I not present in the program? When was I not present in the program? Who will be in the office? Who will be in the office? Where were the keys? Where were the keys? Why the keys were not on the table? Why the keys were not on the table? Why will you not be in the kitchen? Why will you not be in the kitchen? What was in the bag? What was in the bag? Where will you be at this time tomorrow? Where will you be at this time tomorrow? My dear students, in our next lesson, we'll not learn any new thing. We will just revise whatever we have learned in these 5 lessons. So before we start the next lesson, please revise these 5 lessons.